Hello everyone, welcome back to the DT Model Art channel. Welcome back to the 1/20th scale SF70H Formula 1 car from 2017 of Sebastian Vettel. We are now venturing into part 13 of the video, getting near the end. I think maybe one more video and I'll have this thing covered, and then we'll move on to our next project, which a lot of you are anxiously waiting for, which is going to be something in the Formula 1 old school area. It could range from 1970 up to the early 2000s, ending maybe with like the Michael Schumacher era, I would think. So it could be anything in that range. And I'll be picking that out very soon as this video is over with. But without taking away from this video, let's continue on. Last time I left you, I had completed the rear suspension, all in its glory here with carbon fiber, gloss coats, pretty much the same techniques that I have been showing you all since the beginning of the video. I got a couple guys on there that said, hey Dave, it'd be a good idea if you added some heat staining to this rear pipe, even though you don't see a whole lot of it. So that's what we're going to start the video off with right now, is adding some heat staining to that pipe. Now, even though it's glued on now, I can still add that safely using my trusty Infinity airbrush here from Harder and Steenbeck. And what I'm going to use to stain this is not going to be your typical Tamiya clear yellows, oranges, and such. I'm going to use, which is getting really popular, and I love it, is the new Alclad Hot Metal line of lacquers that they have. In this case, we're using the Hot Metal Sepia ALC 416 paint. You don't need much of it. It's very diluted and thin, and it gives you a very realistic looking of that, that burnished brown, orangish look that a lot of the pipes have on these cars. You can get really interesting effects also from the other colors they have. They also have hot metal violet, reds. They have a clear yellow, I think an orange, I'm not sure. But the violet, the sepia, and the hot metal blue are really nice for some good exposed pipes. We're not going to go crazy with this. I've looked at reference photos and I see a lot of sepia color, that orangish color, in the exhaust, so we're going to stick with that one color, and we're going to load it up in the airbrush here, put on a little music and speed it up, and you guys can see how this is done. Alright, so that was pretty quick and easy. I didn't even have to slow the video down for that. But again, look at the results. That is so cool. It's got that burnt look, but retains the shine. Very difficult to me to get with, the yellow clears and stuff of Tamiya and any other company out there. It's just, they're too strong. These are already pre-diluted, so they work out really nicely. So the next step, now that I've got, and you notice I didn't do, this part of the pipe too much, because it just simply doesn't need to be, because it's not going to be exposed. It's going to be covered by the shroud. And speaking of the shroud, that's the next step in the instruction manual, is to get the rear engine cover shroud and the rear suspension together. So what I'm going to do is lay this cloth down so I don't scratch this, which already has all the carbon decals that I mentioned in the earlier video. I think the previous one that I was going to get applied, I applied these right out of the kit, left them the natural color or natural finish that they are, painted this piece down here semi-gloss black, and I also painted the entire inside of the cowl black with just the, by brush, using the Model Master Acryl. It's good stuff, and it does the job even just being used as through a brush or a brush painting it. It works out good. So we're gonna flip this upside down. It's tricky because this has to be spread apart a little bit, and I'm always nervous to do that, so I've got to spread it apart to get this in there. So here we go. All right. So, not for the faint of heart. Tamiya kits are precision kits, like I've told you before. But even they make my heart skip a beat once in a while. You know, you probably saw in the previous piece of the video here, I was having a hard time getting this all lined up. My suggestion, when you build this and you put the entire assembly together, you install those screws like you saw in the video, and I apologize if I went off of this frame a little bit. I just couldn't help it. It was giving me some problems. Get the screws all lined up, get them put in, get them snug, not really tight, just slightly snug, and then you got to get up here and start moving this stuff around. So all of you guys out there that I've talked to, or gals as well, that are going to be filling these little seams right there, I hate to tell you, but you're probably going to have to live with those. The reason why is these need to move and push back and forth to get these side cowl pieces right here on both sides to snap into place. And I'm afraid those of you that fill these little gaps right here, they're going to crack and snap open and look and just be there anyways. So you're gonna have to just kind of live with those, unfortunately, I think. That's my opinion only. You might get lucky and be able to do it, and if you do, congratulations on that. But overall, the main body is on the car, screwed down. The lower piece back here under there, that was the bottom of the rear suspension area. Don't glue that. It says in the instructions you can glue it. It tells you what to glue and what not to glue, and it tells you from the instructions to glue that. Don't glue it. I think I didn't glue it because I was afraid that when I got it all in place that thing would have broken free anyways, just from sliding into where it needed to be. It's extremely tight, everyone. Everything fits super tight on this kit, which makes it look very, very nice when it's done. I mean, the panel fit is beautiful once you get it in place, but your heart will skip a beat a little bit. At least mine did. So, the main assemblies are on. Look at that exhaust now. Check that out. See how nice that looks in there? Nice and heated up, but it's only a piece of the exhaust exposed, but it really adds a lot of... So you guys out there that asked me to paint that or put some heat staining on it, thank you. Thank you for the tip and for the recommendation, because it worked out really, really well. So next on the car is the back and front wings. Right now they are just on the tree. They're pretty intricate, and I've got a plan on how I'm going to do them. You know, I've got the lower wing. I'm going to go ahead and prime this with the Gravity Colors primer. I'm just giving you a preview of what I'll be doing, and what it'll already be in paint next time you see it. The Gravity Primer, the titanium white, and then the red. I'll do the same with the rear wing on the areas that need to be red. I'm going to go ahead and clear coat those areas. And then what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and, believe it or not, some of these areas that have to be black or carbon, I'm going to kind of trick your eye a little bit is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some areas that really stick out on the wing with carbon. And areas that don't, like the bottom of the wing and such, aren't going to get carbon. The rear wing, the inner panels, the lower panel inside, and all that inside is, I'm not going to do carbon on those. It's going to be a semi-gloss black. And I'm gonna do leading edges of certain areas with carbon, so you give the illusion on the outside that the entire wing is carbon. I'm doing that basically because I don't want this video to go on and on and on. Can I carbon everything? Sure, I could. But this is a nice, clean build that I'm doing here with a few added carbon details above and beyond what the kit gives you, and that's what I'm sticking with on this particular version here. So, again, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, smash the like button for me, and please tap the bell. Make sure that you ring the bell so that you can get ongoing notification when I have another video coming up. So thank you for watching part 13 of the SF70H Tamiya kit. I'm really excited to get this one done and in the books and move on to another one for all of you, another F1 car, which will be an older vehicle, an older F1 car. I'm not going to tell you how old yet. Stay tuned. You'll see in the next video that I have when we do the next series. So thanks for watching. Take care.